Gaff, we'll start with the disappointing news that Mark Oxley's out for the season with a leg break. How disappointing is that for you and the group?
Yeah, it's a shocker, isn't it? I think he's done well for us and really good presence in the changing room, really well liked. So for his season to end in this way, it's bitterly disappointing.
Of course, they don't want it to end that way, but it's an opportunity for Joe Cracknell to step in and show what he's got.
Absolutely. Again, another real positive character. Is Joe. He's been with us for years, and he's trained ever so well. So he'll be ready for the challenge.
Looking a bit on last Saturday against Salford, do you feel there were a few more positives to take than on first reflection?
No, I knew straight away that we'd been playing a good game. The chances came our way, we didn't take them. Largely as a team, couldn't really complain, and I think that's why we got clapped off from our fans, because they understood that we put on a good show. And another day, probably early on in the season, we might have knocked 4 or 5 past them, but it wasn't the case, and we had to pick ourselves up. But it was important for the lads to know that they took a well-established team to the brink and could quite easily have won the game.
2 players were on the bench that day, Emmanuel Asami and Finball, both academy products, and obviously Emmanuel made his league debut against Colchester. How impressive have you been with the academy's development over just a year after its launch?
Yeah, I think they're coming on a treat. So are many of the academy lads. I think on and off the pitch they've been aligned to what we want. As a club, the dedication levels, they're turning to good young pros, and the behaviours standards are absolutely top notch, and we'd expect that. They're working under 2 good guys with Stanners and Josh, but they are really developing fast, and so it's encouraging, isn't it, when you see young lads on the bench, and big part of the vision really to produce our own talented young players into the first team.
We've got Easter weekend now, Swindon and Northampton. Swindon first. Both teams were in League One last season. In a reverse fixture, they proved that they like to pass the ball out from a back a fair bit, but we seem to deal with it well. Is that something we can take confidence from going into Friday?
Yeah, well, I think so. I think we can reflect on that game. It was a long time ago, but similar group of players. We'll have a go and a good go at it tomorrow. Probably overplay the half a go, because it's not just turning up and seeing if we do okay. This is we're going to be professional about it. We've prepared all week for it. We've identified their strengths and where we think we could perhaps break up play, and and we want to make life hard for them. We've got full respect for them, and that's why we're prepared right.
And how do you see Swindon's playoff chances? I think the gap between 4th and 11th is just 5 points at the moment. It seems to be quite exciting going to the final few games.
It might be for them, yeah. Credit to them for being up there throughout the season. They're all the top teams. The table doesn't lie. They warrant those positions, and it'll be a scrap for them. And with that brings pressure on all of them. These are big teams. Swindon, Northampton, Forest Green. In the way they've made it to the top over years, have become a big club at this level. So, we're going to have to work hard, that's for sure. But I can count these lads because they've been brilliant in training, and I truly believe in them, in their efforts, and there's a good bond amongst them as well, and no one's put the defence up and point the finger at other people. When we've reflected on games in this room, we've got such an honest group, and we're willing them on.
Finally, everything seems to be in place for a great afternoon of a bank holiday weekend, a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Friday. How excited are you and the group for the occasion? Yeah,
really looking forward to it. I mean, the weather helps, doesn't it? We've turned up to training today, and everybody's been up for it. We can guarantee that. Anyone turning up, hopefully a lot of supporters turning up tomorrow. We're not down in the mouth. We know where we're at. We know where we're heading, and willing these lads on tomorrow. Certainly we will be encouraging them. They're a good group, and I think if we can gain a win tomorrow, it really gives it that boost of confidence that all sportsmen need.
Cheers, Gaffer.
Cheers.